welcome to another episode. Episode 33. I am Childeric. This is my podcast. This is where I take current events, the daily happenings, and I give my take, my opinion. I form an opinion about it, and I disseminate that opinion to you, my beloved podcast listeners. Today, looks like Kim Jong-un was the first leader of North Korea to walk across the southern border into South Korea, where he met with President Moon Jae-in. History in the making. They are no longer acting as hostiles, but meeting together in genuine brotherly love. Quite amazing. It is quite, truly amazing. A historic thing. Walks across the line. This guy. That's all you had to do. There you go, buddy. There you go. Yep, you can stop with the assassinations. You can stop killing your family members now. Yep, we're gonna rewrite the rules here, okay? We're gonna do something different. Yeah, that whole thing where you were planning on killing everybody, yeah. Let's maybe not do that. How about that? So it looks like Trump's hard-nosed, hard-line play against North Korea and their nuclear ambitions has paid off. We have, of course, the details to get to as far as dismantling his nuclear program, but seeing photos of him walking hand in hand with the South Korean president, I think that we're on the right track. Bravo. Bravo. Twitter, of course, is still blowing up about Kanye West. The man who is a free thinker. He thinks for himself. This is what we've all been trying to get liberals to understand. We all have been thinking for ourselves, not just spouting the party line, but thinking for ourselves. That is why you have Trump as a president. Because many people got together and thought for themselves and realized all of these other politicians have just been maintaining a status quo and really they were really just maintaining problems that they created. See, they created these problems and then they just kept them that way. What a bunch of dummies. How stupid do you have to be? So, James Comey, former FBI director, says he still doesn't know if Hillary Camp funded the dossier. Yet, at the same time, he signed 3 FISA applications to authorize wiretaps anyway. Seems odd. Seems like he can't keep his facts straight. What it sounds like to me is somebody who realizes that he's in a catch-22 no matter what he does. And it's because he did something he shouldn't have done. That is the result. He obviously improperly wiretapped, and he knows he's going to get caught doing it. And his attempt to not be caught made him more caught. Don't struggle while you're being tangled in the web. You will only tangle yourself further. Yes. So, Rep. DeSantis says latest struck page text messages. These are the ones that were, there was a 6-month period of text messages missing between the two FBI lovebirds. Rep. DeSantis says that this was not complete. I don't think this was a full production, meaning they have not produced the full amount of text messages from these two, who it appears were plotting to orchestrate this Trump-Russia collusion in case Trump got elected, which he did. And so now they're caught. And they have been caught. And so here we are, coming up on 1.5 years after the president has taken office. And we are still getting piecemeal information about how Obama's administration essentially tried to sabotage And if not sabotage Trump, he himself meant to sabotage the United States of America. Well, that's just silly. That's just silly. And so what we are seeing is they are cleaning up perhaps the biggest mess in American history. This is a mess. It's a mess. These people made a huge, enormous mess. And now it's time to clean it up. And so we're getting these, we get these things, we have all of these different actors, nefarious actors, all these different players, and they're all scurrying like little rats, trying to get out of the way. And it's not working. It is not working. They're caught. They're caught. Diamond and Silk. I love these two gals. Tell you what, they were at a hearing, at a House panel hearing on Facebook censorship. And I tell you what, it was like watching fireworks explode. Diamond and Silk shut down Democrat Sheila Jackson Lee at Facebook censorship hearing. Yes, and they shut her down in splendid behavior. Sheila Jackson Lee asks, "Have you ever been paid by the Trump campaign?" Diamond responds, "No, we've never been paid by the Trump campaign." Sheila Jackson Lee asks, "You've never been paid by the Trump campaign?" Diamond says, "No, we have never been paid by the Trump campaign." Sheila Jackson Lee says, $5, $100? To which Diamond replies, "We have never been paid by the Trump campaign. We have never been paid. We have never been paid." Hold on a minute, Ms. Jackson. Don't try to mince my words. These two, they're so animated, and it's great. And it's great. So the major discovery here in this little hearing is that essentially what happened was when Mark Zuckerberg was before this panel, or a panel, in the House, being grilled, what was going on with Facebook? Why was Facebook censoring conservatives? He essentially was getting served like soft serve questions. You know what I mean? It was like underhanded softball. It was not they were not grilling him as much as they're grilling Diamond and Silk. I'll tell you that much. And so, but essentially what had happened was when they had asked they asked Mark Zuckerberg about Diamond and Silk, he stated that that Facebook had already been in contact with Diamond and Silk to address the issue of them being kicked off of Facebook because they were conservative, which turned out to not be true. Diamond and Silk then go on April 11th and state on national television that they in fact have not been contacted by Facebook or Mark Zuckerberg concerning them being kicked off of Facebook. And then the very next day, after they had been on network television, they finally received contact with Facebook. But the problem is that Mark Zuckerberg had already told, and his words were pretty precise. They were, in fact, he said that they had already reached out and contacted them. So the problem here is that he lied to Congress. That's the problem. That's actually a crime. So he committed a crime. Now, did he intentionally try to, meant to mislead them? Probably not. But the words that he chose, he didn't say it would probably be prudent for us to contact them. He didn't say that. He didn't make he made no bones about it. He left no room for himself. He said that they have reached out to Diamond and Silk to address the issue. And it turns out that wasn't true. So fast forward to today, when Diamond and Silk are sitting before this panel, and they're getting grilled. I mean, they were not shy about being disparaging at all, whatsoever. And the level of absurdity that some of these questions it was off the chart. They would start in on them, and it didn't matter who the rep was. They were, black, white, didn't matter. But these two, bless their heart, they got up there and didn't take anybody's crap. And we all are looking at this going, this is the most absurd, insane thing that we've ever seen, because a lot of those people how many of those people on the panel have invested in Facebook? How many people on the panel that was questioning Mark Zuckerberg? How many people on that panel had investments in Facebook. See what I'm talking about here? Yeah. We got some dirty fingernails, some people with some dirty fingernails. So they twice, at least more than once, they were asked about their monetization. That weren't they asked, or yeah, they were asked that weren't they there to make money on Facebook? Weren't they on Facebook to make money? And they replied that they were in fact on there to make money, just like everyone else. I mean, and then they became incensed that somehow they should be shamed for that. I mean, every business has a Facebook, and they try to promote their businesses on Facebook. So who doesn't? Who doesn't? You know, Joe the plumber or whatever, the guy down the street that has a, small business or whatever, he's on Facebook. But to have these mucky mucks sit there and rail against these two who are essentially doing the same thing that I'm doing, podcasting. I mean, they've got their website and they've built it up. It's just two sisters and they just do the thing. This is absurd. This is absurd. And I think that there shouldn't be anybody censoring anyone on the internet. I think that people should be responsible, not to foment violence. And that's a responsibility, And so, but these two don't do any of that. These two are simply, they like Trump, and they talk about how he's successful. And that's clearly different than someone who's radical. So we have a definite problem here in the United States. There's a definite problem. There's a definite issue there. But boy, I tell you what, I stick up for these two anytime. Anytime. So, like I said earlier, Kanye West has just been going to town. He's been red-pilling everybody, not letting anybody slide. And he's getting it from all sides. The man lost like 1 million followers overnight, and it didn't even phase him. The guy's still got like 27 million followers. So it's like, who cares? Who cares? These liberals never did anything while they were in power. They don't have any good ideas. They just want to censor everyone that they don't agree with, and they want to make it up for themselves. It's just like what I've been saying all along. They have no reason to be there, and the only reason that they are there is because of reasons that they made up themselves. Worthless. These people are worthless. They don't belong anywhere near. These are, talk about getting stuck in the, when you're in school and your teacher breaks you up into groups, you get stuck with the crappy group, the low IQ group. It affects your grade. It affects your overall grade. Liberals are low IQ, man. They are low IQ. Because a lot of these things that they're doing at the state level, in the government levels, is illegal. Is actually illegal. So have faith, because the system will work out these kinks and these bugs, and that's what they are. This is nonsense. These people are nonsense. They got no business being around any of this stuff. Obama really did a number on this country. And we're thankful that we are making progress towards and returning to a better place, a better way. So it's a great thing. It's a great thing. So there's tons of things happening. Things are really getting, and while the Kanye thing is going on, while you have all of the side shows that are happening, the Diamonds and Silk deal at the House, while you have all that stuff going on, while you're looking at all these different things that are happening, okay, the censorship and all this other stuff, guess what is happening behind the scenes? Probably Stealth Jeff is preparing to indict people. And so nobody sees it coming. Nobody sees what's coming. They're so fixated on this, and they don't even see it coming. They know it's coming. I mean, they gotta know. Like, the way people were ducking out of, well, this is going to be my last. I'm not running for re-election. It's going to be my last term. I'm retiring. Yep. Oh, what's that? They found the ledger. Oh, with all the pants. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's absurd that we're at this point, but they like to, conservatives like to call it draining the swamp, and I tend to agree. We got some serious swamp monsters, man. These guys got to go. Yeah, gots to go. So it turns out, Justin Trudeau. So it turns out he's been taking taxpayers' money and funding organized protests against his own infrastructure, his own pipelines. Now, I'm not an expert, but I'm a fairly smart person. And I got to tell you that has to be illegal. Not just, I mean, literally, that's got to be illegal. Because you're elected by the people, okay? And so here you have like these pipeline workers, oil and pipeline workers, working, paying taxes to fund a group with government money, with these workers' tax money, that wants to shut down their job. This is straight out of the Obama playbook. Because, I mean, yeah, remember Standing Rock? As soon as the money dried up, Standing Rock went away. The pipeline went in. It's in. And the protest failed. It's a failed protest. What Obama wanted to do was to get the Native Americans hyped up on this, protesting this for environmental reasons and sacred reasons, on sacred grounds. And then come back later and claim that they had violated the terms of their treaties. It's all a part of his plan to take over the United States of America permanently, like a dictator. He was trying to become a dictator. So it's the same course of conduct. Trudeau starts going after these pipelines. Well, who told him that? Who told him that? You got to go after the pipelines. That's Obama. That's Obama's playbook. These people are garbage people. They're garbage. They're the refuse of society. They are not legitimate people that should be allowed to continue operating in the government. You can't allow that. You can't allow, if the people are fighting against their own government for their own job, and being forced to pay taxes to people who are then turning around funding efforts to eliminate your job, that's tyranny. That's tyranny. Trudeau is just a dope. He's just like this huge dope. But I tell you what, there's got to be some reason why all of these people are stuck like this. There's got to be some, I've read stuff on the internet. I've read stuff online. I've read stuff about sex cults. I've read stuff about pizza places. I've read all kinds of stuff. Now, I like to reserve judgment. I like to stay open to stuff, but I don't go too far down the rabbit hole without confirmation of certain things. But it's appearing more and more likely that there is some type of thing like that, some type of weirdo group that has yet to be fully uncovered. There has to be. There has to be some type of thing that they don't want discovered for there to be this much blowback and for them to be trying to do the things that they're doing. There has to be some, it's either that or they are intentionally trying to overthrow the nations, we know that's George Soros' idea, and they are right there in the pocket for Soros. But his is more in an ideological sense, and he's willing to pay of his own money to do it. But here we have Justin Trudeau taking other people's money, taxpayers' money, to fund it. And how is it not illegal? How is that not illegal? And then the level of absurdity that really, that has gone beyond. And how can any of these other leaders of any of these other countries, especially like France, how can they look at this guy with a straight face? I mean, this guy is like not, he's not, I mean, you want to talk about low IQ. God. There's a lot of questions. It's a lot of that. You have to go back to the intention, okay? What they are doing is what they intend to do. And what is the end result of it? And that goes back, when you walk it backwards, you realize that that's the motive. There's a motive behind it. So what is the end result? And if you follow through their course of action, you realize, well, they're attempting to cause this situation to happen. And this situation is A, they're attempting to overthrow the government. And while they're making it look like they are legitimately able to make these changes in laws, what you think, what you say, how you interact with people, it isn't actually true. It isn't actually true. But as long as people believe it is, then it works. But this is their intention. They intend to do this, and that's what they've been doing. It's sad. It's sad. You must have like a ton of gullible people in the world for these people to be having gotten this far. And I mean, and there's some gullible people out there, but I can't imagine that there are that many gullible people, because there is a lot of people who are not just vocal, but, you know, people who know each other, families and friends and coworkers and stuff, they all talk to each other. So it's not like the internet's going to change, you know, it's going to stop something from happening, because word of mouth used to be the viral, you know, where in the absence of the internet, it was, you know, word of mouth could do the same thing. And so I think it's laughable that these people are just trying so hard, so dang hard, just throwing money at it and all this energy at it, and so many tricky things they're pulling and trying to do this and that and set this thing up, and you know, it's just running around trying to do it, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I mean, I know I say that all the time. There's a reason why it's not going to work. And when you figure out what the reason is, you'll laugh, because you'll realize, oh, well, it was never going to work, no matter how hard they tried. It was never going to work, ever. But they never get it. They are too low IQ to figure it out. Too low IQ to figure it out. So they're spending Ontario into oblivion. And the Liberals that are in charge, they're trying to hide like a $5 billion deficit using their tricky accounting. And I'm pretty sure it's the same tricky accounting that like destroyed like Arthur Anderson, you know? So like it makes it look like on paper you're okay, but you're actually not. But that's, once again, it goes to, you have to walk it back and go to the motive. They're doing exactly what they intend to do. And so if you follow that course that they're on, you will reach the conclusion that this is exactly, everything's happening, and they're doing everything that they intend to do to make a certain outcome happen. It's great. It's great that we see no confidence vote in Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel. Governor will be asked to remove him. There is a swamp creature right there. This guy. I've gone through all of that stuff. Those school shootings are not, they are being done by liberals. Come on. You've switched up your tactics, and it's pretty obvious why. You've switched up your tactics because your people are under investigation. Your deep staters are under investigation. Nobody can cover for you. So you have to go to a liberal county with people that you know are true believers that you've got in your pocket to do a shooting and then try to take everybody's guns. See, you don't work. Your system isn't working, and now you're going to get caught doing it. You're going to get caught doing it. And we're all going to laugh at you, except that you've killed people, see? Young people. And this is what you've been doing. Because now all of a sudden, you're transparent. Your fingerprints are all over it, Obama. Your fingerprints are all over it. Trying to start race war, trying to start a war against cops, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You're just like so focused in on your, no, we're going to stay with the course. We got the list. We do the list and we're going to be fine. No, it doesn't work. Like, your people are getting popped. You're going to end up, going to jail, every single one of them. 1, 2 here, over here, 1, 2, 3 over there. And it's just going to start happening. People are just going to start getting arrested. And so your crew will be gone out of the deep state. You can clean up that mess, strain out that slime out of the state, out of the government. They'll be gone. The DNC will be penniless and actually owe money, be in debt. You're not going to be able to put Hillary back up there. I'm telling you right now. You're not going to be able to put Hillary back up there. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So you should stop. You should stop and resign yourself to the inevitable. And the inevitable is that they're slowly closing in on you and they're going to arrest you. And it'll be unprecedented, yes, in history. But they're going to do it. And they're going to do it because they have all of the information that they need to do it. The only reason why they haven't done it so far is because they already know the information. And so they're taking away pieces. It's creeping towards you, you see. They're taking away your pieces. This person's guilty over here. That person lied. They're gone. See, taking apart the whole network of garbage, taking out the trash. Guaranteed it's coming to your door. You, Hillary, Bill, everybody. It's over. It's over. Probably get Trudeau too. Probably get him, probably some of his cabinet people. You guys made the wrong play. There's nothing I can do. Can't help you there. Okay. Bye-bye. It's funny. It's funny in the sense that it never occurred to you to just do the right thing. It's hilarious. Episode 33. Check this out. Hit up my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Childeric. Throw a couple coins in there. Make it recurring. I don't need to get rich, but it'd be nice, to have a little pocket change. Maybe share the, spread it around. You don't have to. It's available. Podcasts are available on Anchor, Apple Podcasts. You can hear them on Overcast, Pocket Cast. You can hear HD versions on YouTube. It's great. Episode 33. We're going to come to the end here, and I tell you what, more tomorrow. Much, much more, because we got the rest of those text messages to go through, and we're going to get through them. So, for now, I am Childeric.